All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member, guys. So the name of the video here is Dave Chappelle reacts to being called a Trump supporter. Okay. Listen, I don't care who you vote for. Just vote for whoever has the ability to positively affect your family, bro. That's it. I don't care who you vote for. Live your best life. Try to stay out of echo chambers, etc., etc., etc. But let's encounter the video, guys. We'll comment throughout.
It was not worth the trouble. Now I walk into the barbershop and all them black people just be looking at me like, yo, Dave, what's up with your boy?
Barbershop? For what? Okay, this story is fake just in the beginning here, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and point this out here. What is Dave Chappelle? He's bald, right? Doing inside of a barbershop, guys.
Not my boy. Because I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, if you support him or not. Any objective person is going to have to admit that this is having a terrible go of it.
Okay, let's go.
It really is. We've had presidents before that have done bad jobs, but this shit is worse than a bad job.
How old is this, guys?
It's scary to watch. Holy shit. It's like seeing a crack pipe in your Uber driver's passenger seat. The fuck is wrong with this guy?
That is a crazy analogy.
He is lunching, nigga. I watched Donald Trump in a press conference, and this all the media gathered, and this nigga literally asked the media to their face to stop finding shit out. I was like, yo, this is bugging. And then, I'm not even making this up, his lips started sweating. His lips. Have you ever seen a lip sweat?
Never. I've never seen that. Is that a thing?
What the fuck's wrong with this nigga's lips? It's like if you're on a plane, right? You ever been on a plane? I get scared to fly. I do it all the time. I be scared on there. And sometimes the plane will hit turbulence. And then I get nervous. But I always look at the flight attendant, and she looks calm, and it makes me feel calm.
Okay.
But if that bitch's lips were sweating...
Right. I see your point. I see your point, bro.
Terrifying. Like, yo, nigga, why are your lips sweating? What do you know?
More than we know.
And then...
I'll tell you that.
I'm not even making this shit up. This motherfucker grabbed the podium. He goes, you don't know how scary the things I read in my briefings are. And I was like, holy shit, man. You ain't supposed to tell us that, bro. That's bad leadership. Even as a parent, you think I'm going to sit my kids down? Hey, little man, come here real quick. I just want to holler at you for a second.
Go ahead. Give me the analogy.
I'm 3 months behind on the rent, nigga, and I am worried.
Okay, yeah, that's bad, bro. Yeah, that's how you absolutely traumatize your child.
Very worried. Go to school and have a productive day, nigga. I was just thinking out loud.
Nah, bro, you ruined that kid's day.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This is bad, man. Jesus Christ. All this ideas sound like high people ideas. Like he doesn't think these things through before he tells us. He just tells us what he's thinking as soon as it occurs to him. This shit sounds nuts. I'm gonna go to China.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get those jobs from China and bring them back here to America.
Okay.
For what, nigga? So iPhones can be $9,000?
Yeah, I will say though, listen, it would be great, right? Understand this here. It would be great if we could, in fact, start, utilizing, Americans to kind of build some of the things that we definitely utilize on a regular basis. But the problem here is labor costs, guys. I mean, listen, they're out there paying people like $100 a month, $135 a month to build these things. An American is not going to do any of those jobs for that type of money. So yeah, in fact, the iPhone would definitely be a lot more expensive than it is here. The prices of everything will in fact go up when, he basically ran on the economy and immigration, he's doing great. But in terms of like the economy itself, yeah, that would in fact kind of negatively affect inflation. We would be put into a massive inflationary event on specific products that we utilized. And along with the company that's actually making these things, they're going to now suffer financially also at the same time. So we have a thing where no way these things can happen, but I do understand that when you're speaking specifically to some people who are wishing and hoping for these things to come into fruition, it's just they'll accept the hope for it to happen, but not understanding the back end of it would absolutely crush these corporations that make these products, and along with the people that are trying to buy these products, meaning that there will be less people buying these products, guys. And that's not what these companies want. So why exactly would they do that in the first place, right? So understand, that is like an actual thing that you need to kind of look at whenever like these type of conversations do come up.
Leave that job in China where it belongs. None of us want to work that hard. What the fuck is he thinking? I want to wear Nikes. I don't want to make them shits. What the fuck are you doing? Stop trying to give us Chinese jobs.
Well, that logic is going to go over people's heads and they're going to get emotional about it.
I am going to bring back coal. Coal?
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I'm not even exaggerating. I have never in my life even seen a fucking lump of coal. I honestly don't even know what coal is for.
Fuel.
If you're gonna have motherfuckers digging around in the dirt looking for shit, find me some truffles, nigga. That's what I'm about. And these truffle prices are getting out of control. If it gets any worse, I'm gonna be back down to regular butter like everybody else. Veins, he didn't even buckle. You know, like many black men my age, the first time I voted was 8 years ago. Right.
Obama.
I saw Obama on TV and said, I'm voting for this nigga. I remember the day I voted for Obama. I voted in Ohio, and my vote matters in Ohio.
Oh, yeah?
Ohio is a battleground state. But when I pulled up to the polls, all the soldiers were in line. There was so many black people in that goddamn line, I didn't even know it was the polls. I thought it was a check cashing place. We were hugging each other, and old people were singing hymns and spirituals and shit. It was like the OJ verdict times 10 or some shit. I've never seen black people that happy.
Got it.
8 years later, I'm pulling up to the polls again. This time, I'm driving a brand new Porsche because the Obama years were very good to me. I was early voting, and when I parked my car, I figured out something that it would take the rest of the country another week to figure out.
Okay, go ahead.
I understood that Donald Trump was going to be our next president because in Ohio, unlike D.C., you could see the results in the parking lot. Saw these goddamn pickup trucks and tractors and shit. And then I walked up and I saw a long line.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Of dusty white people.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, these were the poor whites.
Okay.
And I must tell you, I've never had a problem with white people ever in my life.
Yeah, but guys, that's like the legitimate majority of America. Like, understand this here. Not obviously referring to the overall like poverty aspect of things here. People of European descent definitely are, in fact, the majority in the country here, right? There are more poor white people in this country than poor black people, but obviously not by percentages, guys, right? Or even maybe by percentages. Let's just understand this here. There are more white people specifically in the United States of America than any other group. So yeah, by default, yeah. If Trump won by such a landslide this last time, it's pretty much indicative of the overall, I guess, population kind of for the most part here, guys. But either way.
But full disclosure, the poor whites are my least favorites. We've gotten a lot of trouble out of them. And I've never seen so many of them up close. I looked them right in their coal-smeared faces. And to my surprise, you know what I didn't see?
No, what happened?
I didn't see one deplorable face in that group. I saw some angry faces and some determined faces, but they felt like decent folk.
Generally.
No, they did. In fact, I'm not even lying, and I didn't sound but I felt sorry for them. I know the game now. I know that rich white people call poor white people trash. And the only reason I know that is because I made so much money last year. The rich whites told me they say it at a cocktail party.
Yeah, listen, guys, I would say my best years, I think, in like my history were probably the first like the transitionary period from Trump to Biden. That was probably my first, like those were like that, those years were absolutely insane. And then the people that I was basically around in Europe at those times specifically, yeah, bro, they talk crazy, dudes. If you think that, and this is kind of why I'll come back to the United States of America and going to go back to Europe pretty often, every 6 months or so. And I stay there for 6 months. And then so I guess what I'm trying to point out here is that, yes, in fact, if you do not think it is exactly how he just said it, then you have not been around the people, bro. If that makes any sense, like people with actual money, where it's not so much about the color of your skin, but more so about the amount of money you're basically generating and the rooms that you could basically be put into. And trust me, it is not so much about racial issues, bro. The higher you kind of move up, and the people you are surrounding yourselves that own all these companies, and they drive all these crazy cars and they own all these yachts, like in Marbella, Spain, for example, you'll start to realize immediately, bro. It's never been, well, it probably has been at one time in life, obviously, but not any time in the last couple of decades, my guys. Okay. It is not so much. It is not about the color of your skin. And this is why when I hear all these arguments, I'm just like, bro, you have to step up the level of class you are basically exuding. Let's just say this year, you'll start to immediately realize, that the majority of the problems you are experiencing are not due to any racial issues. It's more classism. It is purely classism, bro. All right. So yeah, the people of European descent, the white people, right? Like the ones who are generating millions, hundreds of millions on a yearly basis. Oh yeah. If you think, oh yeah, they talk. These are the craziest talking people consistently, right? Them and like rich, like Middle Easterners, if that makes any sense. And rich Africans, rich Middle Easterns, Middle Eastern people, and then like just general rich white people. Those groups get together and they start talking crazy about everybody. They don't care about your existence, bro. They don't at all. They don't, and they are not the majority, bro. Right. So just understand this here.
Money last year, the rich whites told me they say it at a cocktail party.
Oh, they talk. I'm not even repeating some of the craziness.
And I'm not with that shit. And I stood with them in line, like all of us Americans are required to do in a democracy. Nobody skips the line to vote.
Right.
And I listened to them. I listened to them say naive, poor white people things. Man, Donald Trump's gonna go to Washington and he's gonna fight for us. I'm standing there thinking in my mind, you dumb.
I would never say any of these things on the internet, bro.
You are poor.
I would never say any of these things. I'm not even arguing with people. I'm not even arguing with people, bro. I refuse.
And they all looked at me. They could tell who I was voting for just as easily as I voted that day, and then that same day I flew to New York City. I had work. That night I was in a comedy club in New York, and I said to an audience almost exactly what I just said to you. And I didn't know that there was a journalist in the room. And this journalist wrote an article. The headline of the article said, Dave Chappelle is an avid Donald Trump supporter. Yeah, I had no idea the paper said that. And you know how I found out? My wife called me from Ohio the next morning in a goddamn panic. David, what the is going on in New York? I said, I'm being good, but what have you heard?
Right. Like, listen, bro, you're in New York. Understand, there's certain places where if you do not toe like the line that they specifically want you to toe, like if you say one thing out of the realm of groupthink like mentality, then they're going to say you obviously are against every single thing that's being said, not understanding that, like how they specifically say everything is, how everything is a spectrum. Everything is actually a spectrum, right? I mean, not everyone is specifically that echo chambered where they can't have the ability to basically kind of think 90% this way, and then 10%, like their 10% issues are potentially on the other side of the spectrum here. You have to understand not everything is a monolith, and stop treating people kind of as if they are a monolith that doesn't really have the ability to kind of think differently, guys, right? So yeah, I can imagine how in a place like New York City, you probably said one thing that didn't toe the line of whatever liberal stronghold type of mentality they have, right? And they immediately painted you as the big bad guy.
And my wife said, the paper is saying that you're a Donald Trump supporter. I was like, whew. I said, don't worry about that shit, baby. Nobody in their right mind would believe that. And she said, no, David, people believe it. And then she started reading the comments to me. Oh, they were terrible. All these black people calling me all kinds of Uncle Toms and shit. I should tell you, buddy, this is a very serious allegation from one black to another. I was incensed. Uncle Tom? How am I Uncle Tom, nigga? You the one that reads the Observer? Anyway,
shots fired.
All this shit goes down, and Saturday night rolls around, and now Trump is the president, and I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. And I didn't really prepare my monologue. I just kind of winged it. And at the end of the monologue, I don't even remember what I said. I said something like, fuck it, like we're historically disenfranchised, and we're gonna give him something about we're gonna give him a chance if he gives us a chance. I don't know what I said, but whatever I said, I really wish I didn't say that shit. The hell they were voting for. But do you guys know what we all had in common?
It's skipping around kind of crazy.
Not one of us, not a single one of us, looked like we felt good about what we had to do in that booth. We were just doing our goddamn duty. Yes, I voted for Hillary Clinton. Of course I did.
Did you?
I voted for her because I liked what she said vastly better than I liked what he said. But to be honest with you, at that point, that shit was like watching Darth Vader do the I Have a Dream speech. That bitch is mean as hell. She'd already Karate Kid swept Bernie Sanders' legs from underneath him, boy.
Yep, sure did.
It was hard voting for that shit.
Sure did.
But it was the lesser of the evils. I know you were a Clinton supporter, Miss I. I'm sorry to say like that. It didn't feel bad voting for her, but it didn't feel as good as it should have. She was going to be our first woman president. They were going to make coins out of this bitch.
So, but why is that the part that's important? It's the same argument for people that voted for Obama exclusively because of the color of his skin, right? Like, what's the value in that, guys? Is that going to move the country forward, or is this more of a virtue signal? That's the question.
And somehow she just missed the dunk. Of course she should have beat him. Of course she should have beat him. You know what voting for her felt like? It was bittersweet. It felt like I was lucky enough to eat Halle Berry's pussy. And whilst I was doing so, she fucking farted in my face, man.
What? That's I'll be honest, that's outrageous. Like completely. Absolutely outrageous, bro. But all right, listen, again, guys, I don't care who you vote for. Please vote for whoever makes sense here. Don't go off of the overall virtue signaling of, aspect of things here. Who exactly is giving you the policies that have the ability to affect your family? That's what matters here, guys. I really wish all of this stuff would be blind, if that makes any sense almost, right? Like you can't see the candidate until they're going to basically run. We're going to go ahead and not even allow people's names to be on these things, guys. I'm telling you, give them a number, a random number. Then come up with the policies, right? No party affiliation is going to be allowed, but you can obviously infer it by, the ridiculous social programs that are being added. You can tell immediately, right? Without even caring too much about the financials of how you're going to pay for some of these things, while our national debt is in fact exploding, and fraud is running rampant here. And I get it, money is fake, all right? But unfortunately, we live in a society where this fake money has the ability to basically lower our national credit limit. So it's not as fake as we call it, guys. All right. Understand this here. All right, listen, guys, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I will catch you guys later. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies. And I mean, hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.